everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today, you guys, I have from Uniquely Creative the 6x6 Coastal Bliss, such a gorgeous little paper pack, and then coordinating vellum die-cut stickers that are so fun to play with. Guys, together they make cards like this one, a little pocket in it, and this is our giveaway card for this episode, so stick around. You'll learn how one lucky viewer could win this card to keep or share with a friend, so come play with us. All right, let's take a little flip through this cute little 6x6 paper pad. There's 32 single-sided patterned papers. All right, so let's see how many. I think we're going to repeat ourselves here, so we'll see how many of each you get. All right, so look at this gorgeous little lighthouse with the flowers, and then tucked in around the flowers are adorable little shells and I keep saying sea stars, but starfish. Yes, and then even like a little ship's wheel. Very, very cute. I love how they did that. Now these are single-sided, so I have to remember to not flip them over. Okay, this one's sort of a gray linen, maybe like a gray blue. There's some blue in there. And then like a sand dune with the gray wood here. More of the linen. This one's kind of a taupe color. And then here, look at the beautiful, it looks like ocean salt kind of around here. More of this ocean salt with gray painted wood, tan wood, and you're getting that little salt look again. I think that reminds me of just like salt. And then we've got the flowers with the shells peeking out again. Tan linen. And here is a really cute little collage of sea life. I won't guess what they all are. And then beautiful brown, tan, painted wood. Great sheet of cutouts. All right, this one is kind of a blue-gray. Another sheet of cutouts. Great, like blue and white, kind of a, oh, it's a nautical blue, I would say. Very cool. More cutouts. Best Day Ever, Coastal Escape, and Destination Paradise. Love those little cards. All right, so now we're starting over again. Let's see how many more. I think you're for sure getting 2 of each. Yep, you're getting 2 of each of these. Love it. All right. Now, before we go on, I wanted to show you these fantastic vellum stickers. So, one thing about these, though, is first of all, it doesn't tell you how many are in this pack. I have no idea. A lot. There's a lot. And I can tell you you're getting at least 2 of each one. The other thing that it does not say on here that these are stickers. It's vellum creative cuts, but I assure you, these are stickers. And it's got on one side very glossy, okay, on one side, then the vellum on this side. I found it a little tricky to separate them. So I kind of just took my pokey tool on the very slippery side, and I just sort of picked at that till I got it separated. There we go. Oops, I lost it. All right, look at that. And the adhesive is so nice, you guys, and then it just smooths out so easily. Very, very high quality, very nice. So let's take a look right here. This is a slimline card, a tent fold slimline card. And it is like 3 7/8 by 8 1/4. I went ahead and scored it right here using a scoreboard so that it would fold back. Nice little Z fold there. And then look, took that lighthouse paper that I was showing you and I just cut it down so that, I don't know about you, but I usually take my paper. Let me see if I can find the lighthouse. And when I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put it, just kind of use the entire width of it on a larger card and just kind of go, okay, I need to trim it here and trim it here. That's how I do that. I set that down. And then we've got that beautiful paper that's the linen. It's kind of a chunky linen, really. It's got a blue cast to it. And for this, you guys, I went ahead and centered it like this, and then kind of figured out where my fold was going to be, like this. And then I creased it where the fold was going to be. Then I glued it down, and it made this folding process so much easier. So I feel like it folds very easily. And then right here, just honestly cannot remember which paper I used on here. It's just one of the linen papers. And then added a little 4-inch wide paper doily. This little sandcastle right here is one of the cutouts, and then just cut that out, inked the edges of everything using my gingerbread ink and the little applicator tool. I even, when I cut out these little bits, you got to use the right size scissors, you know, don't try to use your giant scissors. Cut these little things out and then ink the edges of those as well. It really makes a big difference. And then just glued this down right here to the doily, and then just added this sticker right here below it. Really sweet, really easy. Then added these little stickers. These are gold thin line stickers. They're actually gold straight line stickers. And I'm looking for them on my desk. I'm probably going to uncover those at some point. Oh, here they are. So I use this, there's two sizes, the thick ones and the thin ones. I use the thin ones just to kind of divide everything up. There's one on each end, and then there's one on each side of the blue linen. And let's see then what else. I used this part that's separated. I went ahead and I used a little bit extra. I think it's the other side of this piece, just to make a little pocket. One of the little cutouts, put one of those little vellum stickers there. You might wonder where these cute little seahorses came from. This is from Seafoam and Pearls, and they have these adorable little cutting dies. I used the two sizes of the seahorses and the compass there with just a little bit of gold cardstock. All the links for this are down below the video for watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode page. And then here's another cutout with the suitcases, and I foam taped this one here. Don't forget, inked the edges. And then here's a cutout of the sailboat, inked the edges of that as well. And that's just kind of overlapping these flowers. That's where I added that cute little compass out of the gold. And then all around the entire thing, I just added these little tiny, the small size of the round gold mirror dazzle stickers. And then when you close it all up, I did want to have a little greeting there. So I added the Sending Smiles dazzle stickers, and they come in a package of all of these colors. Of course, use the gold. So that when you close this up, you want to make sure that the Sending Smiles is visible. So I closed it first and then added that. But I just love all the cute little seahorses, and this would be a great place to add a little gift card to send to a friend. Now, as I said at the opening, this is our giveaway card for this episode. How that works is that we are promoting our Paper Wishes YouTube channel. So if you hop on over to YouTube and search Paper Wishes, we ask that you, if you've watched the video on our webisode page, go ahead and give it a thumbs up on our YouTube channel. You have to subscribe. You have to subscribe to our channel. Give this a thumbs up and leave us a comment. And then in about a week, we'll come back. We'll reply to one person's comment by saying, congratulations, YouTube username, whatever their username is. So you have to know what your YouTube username is. And then we give you instructions on how to claim your card. So it's a good idea to hit the notification bell too, so you know when we're trying to contact you, because we do 3 giveaways a week, our Tuesday videos, Wednesday videos, and Thursday videos. So I hope whoever wins this claims their card. It's a lot of fun. We enjoy giving them away. All right, so that's how this one goes. And then, yeah, added a little bit of gold ribbon from our gold and silver ribbon collection. All right, let's do another one. Ooh, kind of buried here under all my stuff. All right, this one, you guys, this is a center step card. All right, and they come in a package like this. They're die cut. They pull them right out of the package, already die cut, folded, ready to go. They also come with envelopes. And on the other side of this little cover here, there is a pattern for you so that you can cut them out, cut out from your paper and glue them on. Very, very handy. We also have this in a cutting die, and I'll add that to our list of supplies down below the video. All right, so for this one, you guys, I just used the kind of tan wood on this one. This same little paper right here came from a scrap off of this one. And then this is one of those cutouts. And then I did add the little corner rounder punch to that as well. And then ink the edges of that, don't forget, with our little gingerbread. And if you want to get that sort of faint, kind of feathery look of inking, if you're new to inking, use some kind of applicator tool. It makes a big difference. If you use the surface of the ink pad to apply your ink, it's a lot darker and a little more harsh looking. So using an applicator tool makes a big difference. And so I inked all the edges of all the pieces of paper before I glued them on here. So just glued this little cutout piece to the left side and then applied one of those stickers, which is so cool, the vellum stickers. This is one of the cutouts as well, but I tore this one out and then just inked the edges of that. And before foam taping this one down, I added, these are white, fancy white dazzle stickers. If you can see all of these on here, they have this one really fun dazzle sticker. It's kind of reminds me of ocean waves. It's kind of swirly. You can buy these by the sheet. And I added that right there on the top of that border, foam taped that one, and foam taped the starfish, which is also cut out. So yeah, this was a quick one to put together, but so fun. All right, this next one, this is a 5 by 6 inch card. So I took one of our 6.5 inch cards and just cut it down a little bit to fit the paper. And the first thing I did was open my card, and on the back of the card, inside back of the card, I used that blue stripe paper from the paper pack and then inked the edges of that. And then I covered the front with that fabulous paper that has the, see if I can find it here, it has the sand dune on it right here. And I glued it right to the card front like this. Then I took my paper trimmer and I trimmed this card front from the top left corner straight down to the right edge. And I'll tell you, it was 3 inches from the bottom. And I just made that slant cut right there. Inked the edges of this whole thing, and then I glued this shut to make a pocket card. So right here it's glued at the bottom and it's glued right here. Then I added one of the border stickers from this sheet right here. There's 3 of these little cool little thin line stickers that have little dots on them. And I added that just along this edge. Little brown script greeting dazzle sticker here for birthday. They come in a collection like this. And then these are cutouts. So use those little fancy scissors of yours and cut out the life preserver, the shell, and the seagull. Oh, there's another border down here. Same one as up here. And then I glued this one and foam taped these. Don't forget to ink the edges on these. I think it really makes a nice difference. So then makes a nice little pocket. Here's one of the cutouts, little gift card. You put that in there. So you might be wondering, okay, well, where do you sign your card? Well, you've got this perfectly nice back piece right back here. So here's another one of the pieces, and I just went ahead and cut this one down and then inked the edges. Here's another one of those little borders. Here's one of the tags, inked the edges of that. This is a cutout. It looks like one of the vellum stickers. I could have used a vellum sticker, I suppose. And then added wishes from the script greeting dazzles. So you've got your birthday wishes. So this is just a fun little take on a pocket card. All right, so the last one I've got for you guys. This one is another 5 by 6.5 inch card. And for this one, I left the 6.5 inches, but I just took the wood grain paper and glued it right across the top. Now this is the one that has that beautiful hibiscus paper, hibiscus flowers right there. So I just glued it like this. But before I glued this down, I went ahead and just took my ink pad for Velvet Fawn, and I just inked the top and bottom edge of my card so that when I set this down, I just had a nice inked edge there. Didn't have to add anything else to that. And then beautiful right here, after I went ahead and cut out this wave cutout. That's one of those cutout pieces. Let me see if I can find it. Our cutout sheet. Anyway, it's one that's like this, but it has the wave on it. And so of course I inked that as well with the gingerbread. So I glued that down, goes all the way up to here. Then I added one of those beautiful vellum stickers here. And then right here, we've got Seafoam and Pearls 31 die cuts. And I added one of those by foam taping it for Happy Birthday. And then there's the coordinating chipboard for this. So I've got this cute little fish here and a shell here. And I went ahead and inked the fish with a little bit of spearmint ink. And then I used, like, you can use little daubers right here, just to apply a small amount of just like hot pink, because I wanted to bring the pinks in from here. Then glued the fish down. And then for this one, you've got a little bit of gingerbread, and then just took the surface of the velvet fawn and inked the bottom of this shell and here, glued that. And then added some really sweet little pearl stickers here and here. Now this one I actually did a little video on assembling this entire card, and if you hop on over to either our Instagram page today or Facebook, you can see this little reel. So it's real quick one to put together. All right, you guys, I have so much stuff on my desk. Oh my goodness, so many toys to play with. There we go. Don't forget, we have a fantastic money saver on this collection. It's right over there on the right-hand side. Definitely check that out. All the other items are listed down below the video. There's also full color pictures. If you click on the card pictures, you'll see exactly what we used on each card. If you are watching us on YouTube, just look below the video in the description box and you'll see a link that will take you to this Paper Wishes webisode page. And hey, while you're there, could you subscribe? It would be so great and help our company. It helps push our videos out to everyone else, so I would really appreciate that. Don't forget, participate in our giveaway. Maybe you'll win a card. Thanks for joining me today, you guys. We'll see you in the next one.